The so-called tear gas Mondays in Kenya are turning deadly. 3 people were killed today in Kisumu protest as several others sustained gunshot wounds and roads barricaded as demonstrators engaged police in running battles. Opposition party CORD has organized Monday protests demanding the removal of the independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission officials. The commission is responsible for conducting or supervising referenda and elections to any elective body or office established by the Constitution and any other elections as prescribed by an Act of Parliament. Now, for more on that, we are joined on the line by our East Africa correspondent, Sarah Kimani. Well, Sarah, good afternoon. We hear that tear gas Mondays are now turning violent. Is it because the security sector is failing to handle the protests?
Well, by yesterday evening, the government and the police had announced that the protests were illegal, and so they had said that nobody should come out to the streets. However, the opposition coalition CORD had its protesters out in several towns, including Mombasa, Kisumu, Siaya, Homa Bay, and right here in Nairobi. And in Kisumu, Siaya, and Homa Bay, the protests turned violent. While police were trying to break up the protest, a lot of the protesters allegedly pelted them with rocks, and they're said to have beaten them up and also allegedly used live bullets. As we speak now, 3 of them have been reported killed. We also understand that several of them have been injured and are admitted in various hospitals across the country.
Are there reasons why the IACB officials should be removed?
Well, according to CORD, the Coalition for Reforms and Democracy, that is the main opposition coalition, they say that it has failed the credibility test, and they say that the commission as constituted now cannot be able to carry out a free, fair, and transparent election. So they're asking that the commissioners resign because the commissioners have a security of tenure, so they cannot be removed from office by either the president or parliament. If they're to be removed from office by parliament, they would have had to be a petition filed by either a member of parliament or a member of the public to show that indeed they have violated the constitution, and then a tribunal will be formed. The court has tried that, but it failed. That motion failed to sail through parliament. So now they're saying that they're using pressure to mount pressure on the IEBC commissioners to step down because of the protest that they are holding.
We see some brutality meted out there by the police officials, and yes, it's visible that tear gas has been seen all over the place. But can you tell us how it came about that these protests were called tear gas Mondays?
Well, they've been called tear gas Mondays because the opposition coalition has said it to hold a protest every Monday. The Minister for Interior, Joseph Nkaiseri, is saying that there is a lot of tear gas to be used in the country, also saying that the Kenyan police has new equipment which has not been tested, and so this will be a good chance for them to test that equipment. And so Kenyans on Twitter, one of the most vibrant social media groups in Africa, then called it tear gas Mondays. And indeed, it's been tear gas Mondays all across the various cities that the protests have been held. We've seen police fire tear gas and use water cannons to disperse those protests and protesters.
We've heard that these protests are also seen as the constitutional coup attempt. Has President Kenyatta responded?
Well, President Kenyatta over the weekend, while he was holding a public rally, said that he would not be the one to ask the Electoral Commission to resign. And he also said that these protests are illegal, saying that the CORD coalition must follow the law as it is constituted. He said that they know how then they can do to put pressure or to have the Electoral Commissioners removed. However, at the back door, there are talks ongoing to see how best to carry out electoral reforms, and if it is because it's not only CORD that is asking for the electoral commissioners to be removed or to resign. There's also been the Law Society of Kenya. There's been the main churches, that's the Catholic Church and the National Council of Churches of Kenya, and also some of the civil society organizations. So there's also backdoor talks that are ongoing now, negotiations to see how best to deal with electoral reforms, and that will mean the removal of the electoral commission. However, the Electoral Commission officials have said that they have not done nothing wrong, and they have said that they are not going to resign.
Well, Sarah, it's easy for me to speak to you from the studio now, but looking at the water cannons, the tear gas, the batons hitting people there, all the police being violent there, keep safe, you and your cameraman, please do that for us.